All right, so we're going to talk about Salesforce recruitment and selection and really two different areas. So, criteria for selecting salespeople, and then actual recruitment and selection. So, starting with criteria for selecting salespeople, we're going to look at different criteria and just thinking to yourself, like, why do you think it's important to select the right salesperson for the position? So think about that for a few seconds. So if you said turnover, that's a big piece of it. But the total cost of turnover is not as simple as losing the actual employee. There's separation cost, and we'll go through each of these. There's replacement cost as well as training cost. So, one example I always give is that, oh gosh, this was my first ever Christmas party at a corporate office at my first job. And I was working in retail banking, and the president of the bank got up and said, I'm expecting something cheery. It's Christmas party. And he said, none of you should leave us because we've invested so much in you. We've invested $100,000 in each of you. And I was thinking, well, that's ridiculous. You didn't invest that much in me. So then when I started researching sales and in my PhD program, actually put together what you're about to see that quantified this, and it's actually accurate. So if you think about the practice case, then think about all these different areas, and you can use those, read them for yourselves, but minimally, and it's probably way more, it's over $100,000. So you can't be doing that with everyone. You've got to find the right person for the job. So how do you do that? You're going to evaluate your hiring procedures. Look at how you're selecting your candidates. So one thing is, what makes a successful salesperson? Well, part of it's their training. Some of it's their personal characteristics. So looking for certain characteristics. So listening, relationship building, etc. Also using some assessments to aid you. So why use assessments? You're going to minimize hiring risk. So you're going to lessen the chance that you're going to hire the wrong person. It will not ensure that you don't hire the wrong person. It's just one piece amongst many that helps. So one example is Charlie, and I'll let you go through these on your own because I want to keep these videos pretty minimal. You can go through this, they're in the slides. But different factors causing differential performance, role perception. So what does that mean? Role perception is largely determined by the manager. And so what that means is that what you view as a salesperson that the role is, how closely is what you think the role is to what the role is. So let's say there's a big differential. That's going to cause you stress. That's going to probably make you unhappy. So the big thing is making sure that as a sales manager, when you are describing what the job is, that you're accurately doing that You're setting up accurate expectations, because not doing that can lead you to one, hiring the wrong person. And then when you hire that wrong person, then being very frustrated and unsatisfied and probably quitting. Knowing what skills are needed and proper motivation. And later in the semester, we'll talk about compensation and motivation, and specifically how do you motivate different types of salespeople. And so I'll stop there for this portion, but please go back and, sorry for my dog Chunk, it shook his collar, but we'll stop here and then pick back up. But that's the basics of like what you're looking for in a salesperson.